we're not the same people when we are this low on body fat. We just feel dead all the time. And that's why I don't do my work as much either, because I'm just like, yo, I'm so fucking physically drained. But yeah, back to what you were saying with the caffeine. It's hilarious because my girl and I were both doing the diet, my fiance, and we will allow ourselves to have crumble cookie once a week. I don't know if you know what it is, but they come out like 4 new cookies a week. It's really good. It's just like these good cookies, right? And it's all sugar, of course, but I'll track it, I'll log it, and make my day around, how I could work around that with my calories. But every time we eat that, we get such a sugar high, and I feel like I just took like 400 milligrams of caffeine. Like, that's the insane feeling that I get. And then we just look at each other like these wide eyes. I'm like, oh my God, we feel human again. Like, we're not the same people when we are this low on body fat. We just feel dead all the time. And that's why I don't do my work as much either, because I'm just like, yo, I'm so fucking physically drained that my mental capacity, like I can't even think of creative ideas right now. My creative mind is just dead. I feel like you can't do anything but focus on, all right, got to lose weight, got to go to the gym. That's like all I can focus on. That's all I can do. Like, it's hard. It's really hard.
What you just described there is another amazing point, and it's to bring up, and I want to caution people, you try to get too lean, it's not just the physical, it's also the mental that you just described. Your work capacity, your thoughts, they go out the window. You have like a brain fog. You're not as creative. You can't think as well. I remember dieting through university, having an exam, being at a bodybuilding competition, weighing in with my biology book, trying to memorize all this stuff. And I'm like, it's not working. But when you're eating more, you feel good. Everything in life gets easier. And so already you're feeling that now. I mean, I can tell you're already at that point where you probably shouldn't keep going. And other than just like that photo shoot, that bodybuilding competition, that dream end goal, but to keep that, it's just going to get worse. And I always joked about this. It's like, you try to achieve this dream physique, you and your partner, for example, and you lose all the weight. You're the best looking. It's just like, wow, you've reached it. You've done it. And you have no sex drive. You have no interest, and you're laying there looking at each other like, ugh. Meanwhile, somebody else is, they look okay. They're 20%, whatever. They're at a normal weight and they have the energy. They feel good. Everything's running. So there's this happy medium somewhere between that bulk and that cut, somewhere in the middle. That's where the sweet spot actually is.
I feel like 15% is probably that range, because even then I still felt great. I definitely, dude, I'm just like, I feel my happiest, like not my body type. Like, I don't look at my body and feel happy, but like in terms of being creative and being able to pump out the most content and just go ape shit on anything that I want to do work wise, between 15 and 20%, I feel amazing. But I think when I got to the point of like 12% and lower, I just started feeling progressively like shit every day. So I can't even imagine how I'm going to feel at like something like 5-6%. I'm literally going to look like I'm disappearing. I've seen guys at 5%. I'm like, dude, you look like I just took a picture of you and added grain to it. Like, you look like that in person. Your skin looks like it's disappearing. I'm like, how the fuck do you look like that? I feel like we're in a simulation. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You actually look like you're disappearing. It's crazy.
Now, one good thing about you're on the way down, your body fat is dropping down and you feel kind of like garbage, but to maintain it doesn't feel as bad as to lose it, because as you're going right now, you're probably in that 500 calorie deficit. So your body's taken away, and you might actually be losing muscle right now. It's hard to say. But when you're at a maintenance level, like you said, I felt my best at 15, maybe 15 to 20. But once you drop down to 12, you started losing energy. But that's in the dropping point to 12. Yeah. On the uprise, when you get to 10, you'll probably feel better at 10 on the way up than you did at 10 on the way down, because 100%. You're in a surplus, or at maintenance. When you're at 10, it's a big difference than you're in a deficit at 10.
Yeah, no. So that's what I was saying earlier too, is that, when I get to my point, I'm going to be able to eat like 700-800 more calories every day than I'm doing right now. Dude, if I was to eat 200 calories more than I'm doing right now, I know I'd feel fucking amazing. There's days where I'm just like, yo, I just want to eat like a shit ton of strawberries and just feel great, but I can't, because I need to stay in this maintenance that I'm doing, or this deficit that I'm doing. So, I said I'm in like a 500 calorie maintenance as like a base. That's what I base every day. There are days where I'm like a 1,000 calorie deficit, and those are the days where I feel like shit. But you know what? There are some days where I eat a little bit more and it like weighs itself out. Like yesterday, I was 300 calories over my maintenance. from what I burned that day. So, there's days like that where it kind of levels out. And like for the week, I try and be at least in like a 4,000 calorie deficit so I can lose at least like a pound or like just keep going down in body fat percentage. So that's currently where I'm at. But yeah, I definitely know I'm going to feel a lot better when I'm just like eating, a couple hundred calories more every day. And I'm trying to maintain 5 or 6%, whatever.
And you mentioned eating strawberries help you keep full and whatnot, how low in calories they are. And as you know, hunger is such a huge part of weight loss. I mean, if you were never hungry, it'd be so much better to diet. What are some diet hacks, tricks, or things that you've eaten or learned about that help you to keep full, or anything else that helps you on a diet that maybe people listening right now could take away from it and put that into their own diets and help them?
Yeah. So just recently I started doing a lot of strawberries. My girl bought them the other day and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me, weigh these out. And I was like 300 grams of strawberries and it was less than 100 calories. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it's so satiating, it's so filling. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Basically at the end of the day, you want to pick things that are more dense for less calories, like potatoes, for example. They're very dense. And like, I feel like they fill me up more than rice does. So it really depends, obviously. I feel like the more something weighs and the less amount of calories it is obviously going to fill you up more. So some diet hacks, obviously caffeine, that's like my go-to. I feel like it's most people's go-to. I don't know. I think filling up in the morning with like a big breakfast helps me a lot, because if I don't, I just feel like shit the rest of the day. So that's why, my biggest meal, I have like a 600 to 800 calorie breakfast. I saw that comment on your video too. It's like, oh, how this kid has a giant breakfast. How is he fitting in the calories for the rest of the day? Well, I'll probably have breakfast around like 9 a.m. and then I'll probably have like a protein bar around like 12. And then, I'll just like fit in the rest of my meals before my workout. So most of my meals are done by like 5 p.m. And then I come home and I have a protein shake, and that's like the last thing I have for the day after my workout. But yeah, I just try to fit in all my meals before like 6 p.m. And then the rest of the day, I feel like I'm pretty stable. I'm pretty good. Because at that point, I'm kind of just running off the rest of the caffeine that I had before my workout.
I think that it's smart that you're eating more calories in the morning. A lot of people think that they start dieting, they start skipping that breakfast. They're like, oh, I can eat more. But all that does is it increases ghrelin, that hunger hormone. And you end up really having a hard time not binging at night. But yeah, for most people, the nighttime is the worst time to die. Like, that's when the cheating, not many people are, it's a 10 a.m. and they're cheating and they've thrown their day over. It's usually at the evening, the hardest part. Now, I don't know if you check out my cookbook or seen some of my videos, but the protein ice cream where you can lift it over the head and the blender, it's like 2 liters and maybe 400 calories. Have you ever tried that? Because if you think strawberries are a diet hack, wait till you get the protein ice cream.
I haven't tried it yet, and I've seen your cookbook and I have it. And I was going through basically every single thing the other day with my girl. I'm like, oh, we should make this. We should make this. I took, I have the PDF version. I took screenshots of like all the things that I wanted to make. I got some written down right now. Let's see. I really wanted to do hold on, I have it right here. Where is it? There was something very specific I wanted to make. So in the morning, the cheesy grilled egg white French toast sandwich. Like, there's hella protein, it's 480 calories, 69 grams of fat, 40 grams of carbs. That just seems like a great breakfast for me. So I really want to try that. And then, I wrote down like the protein cinnamon roll, the chocolate mug cake, but the protein ice cream I should definitely try. I think that's going to be awesome.
And I think what's really important is that it's quick. Like, I have a chef that's at my house half the time, so they can make the recipes for my book. But most people don't have like a personal chef and all that stuff, and they have to cook. And even for myself, who I have the recipe book of myself. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to spend even 2 minutes. And so I grab what's quickest. So it's so important to have something there in the fridge that's ready, like your fruits and whatnot, Greek yogurt, something that you can just grab immediately, maybe a protein bar, like a low calorie protein bar or something. But to have recipes like I have the book, and it's like, I'm be honest, I haven't made one of my protein pizzas in so long, because that's going to take me like 10, 15 minutes. I don't want 10 or 15. It's got to be like a minute, like 2 minutes. Like, I'd throw everything in a blender, protein. I can eat that. That's quick, but I don't have the time to waste on even 5 minutes. Like, how are you for that? Like, do you love to cook? Like,
all of the things that I screenshotted are very like quick to make. They're like 5 minutes to make tops. There are obviously a lot of things in your book that are very quick. And then you have the things that are like the entrees, like the lasagna that might take 40 minutes to an hour. I look at that, I'm like, yo, that looks amazing. But like, I don't want to waste that time, because during that time frame, like when I'm hungry, I want to eat. I don't want to think about what I have to eat. I just want to eat. So if I have to spend an hour making something, I feel like that would be more of a reason for me to want to binge or to just like eat random bullshit while I'm waiting. So that's why I make a lot of really quick things. Like every single day I have like a yogurt and granola meal. Why? Because it's quick. Every day I'll have like, egg whites, and, even sometimes I don't want to make the egg whites because I'm just like, yo, this takes forever. I'd rather just drink them. But like, there have been times where I do that. I don't recommend it. It kind of tastes like shit. But most of my meals are very quick. And that's why like I don't eat a lot of chicken anymore, because it kind of just like grosses me out and I just don't feel like making it. So a lot of my meals recently have been more, I guess like plant-based stuff. I do a lot of yogurt. I do a lot of like, eggs, egg whites. What else do I do? Sometimes I'll do like the Kodiak pancakes because they're quick. But I do realize that those aren't like really whole foods. So I try and get like my whole foods in there as well. And then at least once a week, I'll try and have like a cheeseburger, like a Five Guys cheeseburger, because it's amazing. Me and my girl, we love that as like a cheat. But yeah, most of the times, everything I make is really quick.